So you've written a song, but are you ready to perform it? Yes. Making music is such an incredible privilege and joy. I love doing it by myself, but for me, part of the fun is in connecting with people, whether that's my bandmates or with the audience. But that means performing. It does not matter your skill level, you are ready to share your work with the world. I promise. I'm going to give you some tips to get through performing and start loving it. Performing is a very different experience than sitting by yourself playing your instrument. Whether it's whacking a camera on you or a sold out crowd at the Royal Opera House, you know that there are people watching your moves. I want to talk a bit about performance mindset. I speak a lot to my students about practice mindset. There's a difference between practicing idly and really having your mind switched on. When you're practicing, you should always be looking out for your errors or moments that you can improve on, because that's how you build your practice routine. There's no point practicing things that you can already do, but when you're looking at those technical elements, you should be digging in and making sure that you're working on things that you need to improve. That's a practice mindset, and that's what we do to improve ourselves. But I want to talk about a performance mindset. That's when you are on stage and there's people watching you. A performance mindset needs to be completely different to practice mindset. We're not trying to make things better. It is what it is. We are just sharing it with people. And I really encourage all my students to practice performing as an act. The first thing in a performance is you don't want to stop. In your practice, if something goes wrong, you may want to take that time, it's one section, looping that around till it can get better, say. But in a performance, you don't stop. So the first thing you want to do is get used to playing your pieces all the way through. I talk about Poker Face a lot. With a song that you've written, no one in the audience knows how it goes. When you play it wrong for you, they'll just think, oh, that was interesting and different, unless you go. So thinking about your poker face, keeping completely relaxed when it goes wrong. The best way to practice performing before you get a crowd in front of you is recording. We are so lucky that we all carry around a high quality camera and microphone in our phone, most of us. It's a way that you can record yourself and get used to that pressure of not stopping. Set yourself up, doesn't matter the quality, practice playing your piece all the way through with the camera on. It doesn't matter how many times you've recorded, there is something terrifying about a camera looking at you. I make YouTube videos and I'm still scared of it because it puts the microscope under your work in a way that you just don't have to do when you're practicing. So record yourself and remember that the first one will be terrible, and that's okay. Get all the way through it. You're practicing performing. Keep the camera there, play it all the way through again. That might be a little better, it might be a little worse. Keep the camera on, play it all the way through again. Because remember, you are practicing performing. Later on, when you have a little distance and some time, have a look back through those videos. They will be better than you think. It's hard not to cringe and hide when you watch yourself performing. And yet, with a little bit of separation, you'll find that there's so many brilliant things in there. When I watch a performance I've made yesterday, all I can do is notice my technical mistakes or wish I'd done this or that differently. But when I watch a performance from a year ago, I can see some great things I was doing then. And when I watch a performance from 5 years ago, I think, hey, this is pretty good. And there's something about that separation from the time that you made the performance, which means that you're able to be a little bit more critical. We are so much meaner to ourselves than we would ever be to anyone else. So when you have the chance to separate yourself from your performance, you may start to realize there's a few more good things in there than you thought. The worst thing about recording is when it's going really well. That's when I get super nervous. When I'm like 3/4 of the way through a piece and I'm nearly finished, I'm like, no, don't mess it up here. But sometimes it happens, it's fine. But be aware of that feeling when it comes up. Once you've practiced performing with your phone, then it's time to practice on someone else. Start off with a friend or a partner or family, someone who you really like and who really likes you. And if you can start with someone who isn't a musician, that helps as well. Because the feedback that they give you will just be from a place of love. So start off, get them in, play the piece all the way through. Try not to apologize at all. Fine to say I'm nervous or this is in its first draft or I'm just starting off, but practice performing. Don't make a face when it goes wrong. Keep your poker face. I also talk about instant forgiveness. When you make a mistake in a concert, which you will, don't get mad at yourself. I see students make a mistake, get cross with themselves for the mistake, tense up, make more mistakes, get cross with themselves, tense up, and it goes round and round and round. The way to break that cycle Know that you will make a mistake and be calm when it happens. Yeah, that wasn't what I expected. That's okay. Relax, it's fine. That is instant forgiveness. When it goes wrong, and it will go wrong, let it happen. Move on through. Yes, you can collect that. Yes, if there's a recording, you can notice that and look back on it. But in that moment, move through it. It's gone. Forgive yourself instantly. It's probably a good suggestion for life, actually, but I can only really apply it to performing. Once you're confident with your recording, share it online. There's loads of safe spaces to share videos, so make sure you find them. If you're looking for critique, say that in a post. If you just want to share a recording you've made, say that. If you see someone post something looking for critique, offer it. If you see someone sharing something saying it's the first time they've made a video, offer them praise. Point out the good things in that video. Point out the amazing steps and bravery they've done. It's part of being the audience we want to perform to. You know your piece very well. You're prepared by this point. Just get out there and do it. Share it with people. Whether that's posting your recording online, getting onto an open mic night or a jam night, it's time to share your music with the world. Remember, the audience is excited. They want to hear your piece. It's the first time they've heard it. And as an audience, we really want to see performers who seem chilled and in control. Even if you're like the swan paddling frantically underneath, the more that we can get that sereneness in show, the better. Even if it's a lie, remember, most performers do feel nervous. It will make you a better player being able to share your music, and it will encourage you to keep on writing and creating brand new pieces. So be brave, share your music in some way, and get together and play handpan music to each other. Be the performer that you want to be. It's important to remember it is just a gig. Some people have jobs where people's lives may be in danger if they don't perform correctly, and ours isn't that. We get to share something we love, which is music, with other people who are also normally rooting for us. I mean, they've paid to be at the concert or they're there to support us. So coming together to share that music should be a joyful exchange, even if it doesn't feel like it. I hope that's useful. I'm doing a series all about performance, so check out my other videos.